Hello everybody, how are we today? If you're just joining me here for the first time, my name is Nugent and I recently wrote this book, 4 Minutes a Day, Rock and Roll Your Way to Happy. I'm a Zumba fitness instructor, so if you are Zen and only you know what Zen is, write Zen in the comment section and I'd love to say hey. Hello everybody. Hey Black Belt Brian. Hey Trudy in Texas. Where in Texas are you? I'm going to take just a minute to welcome some people here into the broadcast, and then I want to talk to you about how you can lose weight just by eliminating negative people in your life. Hello. Hey, Miss Stina. Thank you for sharing this on Twitter, and now's a good time if you want to share this information with your friends and family and followers. Now's a good time to do that. I'll wait just a second. Already lost that negative weight. Oh, I have a funny story to tell. That reminds. Hey, Melissa Rocchio, we need to talk. Call me, or we could just talk here. Aussies. Oh, hello everybody. Hey, Black Belt Brian. Thanks for sharing this on Twitter. Thank you everybody for sharing this on Twitter, and thank you for being here, spending a few minutes with me today. Hello. Who's saying hello, Bella? Hey, Melissa. You are so sweet. And see, that's what this is about. You have an opportunity in life to be sweet and to be kind, or you're not. Wow, lots of shares. Send me those hearts too. I love the hearts. I'm like easily distracted by hearts, so I love those. Hey, thanks, Miss Stina. Thanks everybody for sharing this with your family and friends. Massive hearts. Okay, that's all I have to say. Hey girl, it's Becky. Hey Becky. Which Becky? Is it Gold's Becky? I want to find out which Becky that is. I'll just wait to hear from Becky and then we'll start. I'm just kidding. Hey, Fish Sean. Oh, hey, Becky Schlegel. I don't know if I said that right, but how are you? How is everybody today? And if you're new, write new in the comment section. I'd love to say hi. And if you are new and you know nothing about me, I have gone through some challenges and tragedies in life, just like anybody else has. And I have found inspiration for turning those tragedies and triumphs into a message, and that's why I'm here talking to you on Periscope, and that's why I wrote this book, 4 Minutes a Day, Rock and Roll Your Way to, come on now, do it with me, you know you want to, happy. Did everybody do that? Let's try it again. 4 minutes a day, rock and roll your way to, come on, do it, happy. I am giddy. Hello, Lisa. Hey, thanks for joining me here, you guys. Strongest broad I know. Oh, hello everybody. Okay, so in my book, in one of the chapters in my book, 4 Minutes a Day, Rock and Roll Your Way to Happy, I talk about dealing with emotional vampires. If you've ever felt like there's somebody in your life who you walk into the room and they suck the energy out, if you know what I'm talking about, tap that screen. Send me some hearts, because I know I'm not the only one. I've heard from a lot of people who have that to deal with too. It might be someone you work with. It might be somebody in your family. It might be a friend. Whoever it is, there are certain ways that you can deal with these energy or emotional vampires and negative people. And what I wanted to talk to you today about is that this can actually be something that can prohibit you from losing weight. Because if you think about it, when you're around those people who have negative vibes, negative energy, suck the life out of you, you know what I mean? When you walk into the room and you were once happy, you're once happy and loving life, and you feel like, turn that dance music on, I want to party, I want to have fun, but you're around these certain people and it just makes you feel sad. Now, there are a lot of different types of emotional vampires, and maybe in some other scopes I'll get to that. There's somebody that's poor me. They always talk about things in their life that are difficult, tragedies, situations, and we all have those. We all have times in our life that bring us to our knees. But I'm talking about the people who are constantly like that, or the people who are constantly bragging and constantly talking about themselves. If you know who if you have somebody in your life like that, please tap the screen. In my book, I talk about one thing that you can do to help you in those situations, whether you're working with somebody who's like that, or you have someone in your family like that, or a friend of yours is like that. I talk about this is just a technique that I use, and I'm going to share some others with you. If you want to hear more about that, please send me a message, tweet me, and I'd love to hear more about what you want me to discuss, and I can go into greater detail. But one of the techniques that I use to deal with emotional vampires is to place an imaginary bubble around myself. Sometimes, if you're working with somebody who's a negative Nancy, and my best friend is Nancy, and I'm not talking about her, but if you're working with somebody who is constantly seeing the glass as half full or half empty rather than half full, and constantly cutting you down and belittling you and making you feel like you're depressed and less than what you can be, not a person who buoys you and who supports you in all of your endeavors. What you can do is imagine that you are surrounded by a bubble, like Seinfeld on the boy in the plastic bubble. Does anybody remember that episode, or is it just me? There was a boy in the bubble in the Seinfeld episode, and he had some severe allergies, and he couldn't become in contact with human beings or anything in the air. So imagine that you are surrounded by this plastic bubble and nothing can penetrate that. I know it's a stretch for some of you, but try it one time. Sometimes we cannot get out of a situation, whether we are working with somebody or it's somebody in our family or at a family get-together that happens a few times a year and you just want to leave and you know you can't, or you're in a car with somebody, or some situation you cannot get out of. Imagine that you're surrounded in a plastic bubble, and anything they say, whether they're making negative comments towards you, they cannot break that bubble. They cannot get to you. Now, I know this is a stretch for some of you, but try it sometime, because what happens is negativity in our lives increases the cortisol, increases the hormones that suppress you from being happier and healthier. And what happens is you get depressed and, oh, I'm just going to sit back. I'm just going to watch TV. I'm going to eat. Is it just me? Sometimes I'll sit and I will do this mindless eating. Anybody else? Wow, mess of hearts. I like. Okay, so it's not just me. All of a sudden, half a bag of chips are gone, and I don't even know what happened. What happened to that plate of cookies? It's gone. So what we want to do is we want to surround ourselves with positive people, people who buoy us, people who instantly, when we are around them, we feel happy. Because when we are happy, we're going to be more productive in work, we're going to exercise more, we're going to eat healthier. So dealing with these negative people in your life can actually prevent you from losing weight and being happier and healthier. All right, so I'm going to open it up just for a minute to read some of your comments. I loved your Facebook status. Yes, that's what inspired me to write that. So go to my Facebook page, and I posted something on Facebook that is really the impetus for this Periscope today. Don't ever let somebody dull your spark, your shine. We all are born with it. If you think about babies, they're just naturally happy and excited to be alive and giddy. And somewhere down along the way, somebody quells our spirit and crushes our thunder. And we need desperately to shine our light, because by us shining our light, maybe we can help somebody else who's really having a difficult time. And there are situations in our life where we're helping maybe a family member, maybe we're taking care of a sick or elderly relative, and times are tough. Maybe we've lost a job, and I know somebody here recently lost their job. So we oftentimes need to have people in our lives that we go to for support. But if that is becoming a never-ending source of disappointment and negative feelings for you, if you walk into a room and constantly are unhappy being around certain people, then you could minimize the time that you spent with these people. If they're in your family, there's not much you can do, is there? But you can minimize the time that you spend around these people, or you can try the technique. Imagine yourself in a bubble and nothing that people can say to you can hurt you. I know it's a stretch, but try it just one time. I write about it in my book, 4 minutes. Be great if I had it right side up. 4 minutes a day, rock and roll your way to, do it with me, happy. All right, you guys, check out my Facebook. Check out, I have ShemaineNugent.rocks. I do weekly blogs. You cannot pick your friend. You can pick your friends, but you can't pick your family. This is so true, and it happens to all of us. Sometimes we work with people. I think I wrote about this in my book, or I've talked about it here on Periscope before. When I first started working in radio, 1980 was my first radio job. I did news on Saturday and Sunday mornings at 8 a.m. because nobody wanted it. So I was 18, I think, when I first started that. But when I first met Ted, before I first met him, I was doing traffic reports at a rock and roll radio station in Detroit. And there was another woman that I worked with. She was the newscaster. And I like to be around happy people. And I was just sunny and happy. And anytime I passed her in the hallway even, she would scowl at me. And I finally confronted her and I said, is there anything that I have ever said or done to you that has offended you? And she just went, no, I just don't like people walking around smiling all the time. Okay. Whew. So there are some people in our life that are like that. Love the book. Quinn did the happy with you. Oh, good. 12-year-old did a happy with me. Okay, that's great. Love the scopes. Hey, thank you, Electric Glide. Hope you're doing well. And, oh, LOL, wow. All right, you guys, I just wanted to give you a special shout out because that inspired me. Go look at my Facebook page. And I also posted on Twitter. If you don't already, follow me here on Periscope and follow me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Sometimes on Instagram, I'm posting some fashion stuff. So it's funny because I noticed I've received just as many likes on my fashion photos as I do on my photos with happy. So whatever. I just want to be happy and be surrounded by happy people because then I know that I'm healthier as well. And if I'm healthy, I can lend my support to charities and people who are in need of my help. And I want to be of service to people. So here I am, signing off for now. Thanks so much for spending some time with me today, and I will see you tomorrow. Tomorrow, I'm going to be in Dallas with my husband, and we're going to be on a radio show, so I might just scope that tomorrow morning, live on the radio. So check it out. All right, everybody, have an amazing day.